we would try something a little bit new today, mostly because why not? And because you'll see them in a lot of the videos. I'm going to do a little clothing haul, and then I am going to do my book haul because all of the books that I ordered came in. So I figured we would go ahead and do that. I went out yesterday and I spent a whole whopping $6 and I think 83 cents and bought some sweaters. I'm a very cheap person. I don't like to spend much on clothing, which is probably obvious to anybody that's watched my videos. I have no sense of style, but I do have a sense of warm. So I bought 4 sweaters for the $6 because I love thrift stores, so I figured I would show them to you. I decided I wanted some stuff that was easier than a pullover for layering, so I got this. It was a whole whopping $2, and I guess I'll try them on because it's fairly obvious. It's a zip up hoodie, very basic, but you know what? $2 in a thrift store, comes with pockets. It's exciting to me. So that is the first one. These were all, I think, all of them were $2 except for one that I got off the 94-cent rack because I love the 94-cent rack. Sometimes the stuff on that rack is irregulars and sometimes it is just, you know, normal stuff. Now, I did wear this one yesterday, so it got a lot of cat hair all over it, but just another zip up pullover. It's really soft. It's really nice. Again, pockets. I wish everything had pockets. Unfortunately, everything does not come with pockets, which I think is unfair, including these stupid pants, which look like they have pockets, but don't. I am so deeply offended by them. All right, so that is sweater number 2. This one might have been the 94-cent one. I don't actually remember because I took the tags off. All right, third, we have just a basic, oh, this one actually still has the tag on it. This one was $2.50. And it is just your basic, I'm gonna go with a granny sweater, which, you know what, I'm about the right age. I could be a grandmother, although I am not. So, and now I think I understand why so many grandmas wear sweaters, because you're not always cold. Sometimes you get a flash of hotness. So, yeah, just a nice basic button up. No pockets, unfortunately. That's kind of sad. Let's pop this tag. Now I feel like playing the Thrift Shop song. The PTX version, of course. That one's way better than the Macklemore version. And I got one last sweater. Hang that up. And this one, I'm not sure that it's going to add anything to the warmth factor, but I thought it was kind of pretty. Oh, and this one was also $2.50. So, just kind of a basic, it does not even button, but you know what? I think it's kind of pretty. Like I said, I have absolutely zero taste, so if this is all absolutely hideous, I'm not going to fuss about it too much because it also pretty much is kind of on the warm side. So, that is our clothing haul. I am going to pause and then we are going to sit down in our normal spot and I am going to show off the books that I ordered. Most of them are for, at some point, us sitting down and reading together. There's one that I'm a little bit iffy on, but let me know what you think of the books. And I mean, don't roast me too bad about my horrible taste. Like I said, I am mostly in the mood to be warm. Except when I don't want to be warm, so I want something that pops off really easily. Aging is not all that fun. Most of the time it doesn't bother me, but this whole new suddenly getting excessively warm when normally I'm freezing is annoying. Although it could be way worse. It could be happening in the summer and probably will happen in the summer. But you know what? We'll deal with it then. Anyway, we are going to sit down and I'm going to show off these books. All right, we are now sitting and much more comfortable than I was standing up with only socks on my very, very cold floor. But we are going to go through the books that I ordered. I think I've mentioned before that I kind of want to read the Little House on the Prairie books, but I was missing a few of them. So the 3 that I needed, technically I need one more, but it's probably my least favorite of the series, and it's the very last one. But I did not have the first book in the series, and I went on to thriftbooks.com, and they had pretty much everything I was looking for. I probably ordered more books than I really needed to, although I'm going to show you everything I ordered. I only got like 6 books, and I spent like 20 bucks because thrift books, just like with my clothing choices, I tend to shoot for used books if I can. So, we have Little House in the Big Woods, which is the very first of the Little House on the Prairie books. It does not have a blurb on the back, but it is about Laura Ingalls Wilder and her early childhood in the woods of, I do believe, Wisconsin, which is not too very far away from me. So I thought that this would be a fun series to read, but I will be showing you the book we're actually reading after Sea Star here in just a minute. So it goes Little House in the Big Woods. Then you read a book that's sort of a side note, which is all about the man who Laura Ingalls Wilder grew up to marry, which is Farmer Boy, which is a totally different little change of tune. Then the next book in the series, which I already had, was the iconic Little House on the Prairie, followed by On the Banks of Plum Creek, which is another one I already had, and then By the Shores of Silver Lake, which I did not already have but picked up at a used bookstore out in Escanaba. So we will go on to that one. And then The Long Winter, which amusingly I have 2 copies of. I feel like maybe it just resonated with me because I live with such long winters here. And then we have Little Town on the Prairie. And then there's actually, according to this list, 2 more books, which are These Happy Golden Years and The First 4 Years. We'll see when we get to it if we pick those up as well. So that is the books that I am actually, I guess, hauling are the 3 that I ordered, which were Little House in the Big Woods, Little Town on the Prairie, and Farmer Boy, because they were the ones that I still did not have. I also ordered, and this is for probably after James Herriot and his All Creatures books are done, we are going to bounce back to Anne McCaffrey, and we will be going with The Ship Who Sang and doing the Brain Ship series, which I think there's The Ship Who Sang, The Ship Who Searched, The Ship Who... I think there's only like 4 in that series, plus a short story. And this is a really interesting series, and it's a lot of fun. And it's about, in Anne McCaffrey's universe, people with absolutely catastrophic birth defects basically being patched into spaceships and cities. And it's called the Brain Ship series, and it is a very interesting series. So, I did not have The Ship Who Sang. In fact, I think it's out of print because I have never come across it in a bookstore. I read it one time right after I had had my oldest son, and then I never found it again. So I'm very happy to have gotten this one. This is a book that I loaned out so many times that it ended up getting completely destroyed. And of course, it's the first book in a trilogy. Actually, I guess it would be a quadrilogy now because I think there's another prequel to this. But it is The Outstretched Shadow by Mercedes Lackey and James Mallory, or Mallory. And it is a absolutely amazing series. I don't know if we will read it together on the channel or if we will just maybe talk about it. You know, maybe I will do a book review instead of just reading. I don't know. You'll have to let me know if you think book reviews or if you just want to hear the entire thing. But it is a fantastic, like, high fantasy series. It's a lot of fun, and I am very happy to have gotten this first one back again. I wasn't expecting it to be in hardcover, but hey, we will totally roll with hardcover. And then the one that actually started me online looking for books completely randomly, because it was a book that I just couldn't get out of my mind, and we are going to read together after we finish Sea Star, is The Mysterious Shrinking House by Jean Louise Curry. And I remember reading this, I must have been like 9, maybe 10, and it's one of those books that just stuck with me for years. So, that is my book haul, that is my clothing haul. Probably wasn't a very good haul of either, but you know what, hey, first time's the charm, right? And I'm just kind of very excited to share some of the books that will be coming up in the future with you guys, and hopefully you're excited too. Anyway, I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully.